That is a very cool intro.
Oh, thank you, Cleo. And hello, everyone. Welcome to our once weekly show. I have a lot of fun making those, so I appreciate
It's
your
cool.
input. Thank you. I see that some people are still coming in. I just want to say hi to everybody. For anyone who's new to the show, my name is Michelle Marie. I am both a Vedic and Western astrologer, as well as a tarot and oracle card reader. And I am very excited to have a wonderful guest on my show today. It is her first time here, so please give her a loving and amazing welcome, Cleo the seer.
Thank you. Thank you. So, I'm not sure exactly what we're doing. We're going to do some readings, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but
And
we'd love, yeah, I want
can
to
you do
introduce the
that?
audience to you and what you do, and because they've never seen you before. At least some of
Okay.
them.
Well, I am a medium, a psychic, and a medium, and a seer, and I don't do tarot, and I do. I'm just learning how to do a little bit of the oracle cards, but I don't really base my readings on the cards. I base my readings on my mediumship and my spirit guides who have been with me for a long time. And so I've just because of how I came into doing this in the first place. I came into it because I was having some serious problems in my life,
Mhm.
and I just didn't know where to turn. And the next thing you know, I'm talking with my spirit guides, and I thought, oh, okay, on top of having a lot of problems in the first place, I'm also crazy. And then I
Oh,
found out, no, you're not crazy. And this is for real. So that anyway, I do everything from what the spirit guides tell me to do. And I noticed on YouTube, there's so many people that are so well trained and stuff. I am totally trained by my spirit guides, not by books, not by anything I've even heard on here. It's just
mhm.
um, that's how I do things. So yeah, I would just love to do some readings.
Yay. Well, we were talking about this a little bit before the show, and some of us rely on intuition, some of us on intellect, some of us a little bit of both. Both are valid, guys. So, whether you are a trained, certified astrologer or tarot reader, or whether you are trained and certified in the other realms via the spirit guides, we're still getting the messages through. So, I'm so excited to have your modality because I've actually been doing a lot more work with Kali Ma. She's one of my Ishta Devis and the main one. And just like my main deity. And she's like, practice your intuition a little more. Like, put the book down and sit in meditation. So it's a good
Okay.
lesson for all of us too. And every now and then she's like, just go pick up a book and read it. I'm like, okay. So that's my guide who
And
talks to me.
I was taught the exact opposite when I
Mm.
first realized that spirit guides were real and that they were actually there to help me. Um, yeah, I thought, well, I need to read up on this, and they said, you know what, we prefer if you just didn't, because of what I was trying to do. It was all for me. It really didn't have anything to do with reading for other people. It had to do
Mm.
with my health and my situation at the time, and it was a very difficult time in my life. And so they said, let's just stick with this. Don't worry about what you think this is. They didn't want me to have any expectations. So, and also I think as time went by, they got kind of a kick out of it because I was so naive. And so anyway, it worked out. But yeah, I'm not, I've learned more on YouTube
Mhm.
I've been on here for a little less than, well, it's getting close to a year.
Mhm.
And I've just learned so much from all the other people on here. And it's an amazing group, this psychic community.
It
And
really
so
is.
anyway, that's what I do.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much, Cleo. And let's say hi to some people in the chat. We've got Samantha with us. Good to see you, Samantha. Love the owl. We have a great horned owl that lives across the river from us. I have one of his feathers.
Oh,
So
wow.
I know I love great horned owls. And then, oh, Kristen, so good to see you. And Laura is here. Good to see you, Laura. Welcome back. And Lisa's here. Hi, Lisa. And yes, Cleo is awesome. The reason I asked her to be on the show is I've watched her read multiple times, and she's fabulous.
Thank you, Laura.
Jackie, good to see you, Jackie's. One of them is here. Teresa, good to see you, Teresa. Lalima is back. Good to see you, Lalima. Thank you for the hello. Beautiful new profile photo. Everyone's saying hi. Oh, Francesca. Good to see you, Francesca. Welcome back. And hey, y'all. That's Miss Susan. Been looking at all of your wonderful Facebook singing group stuff that you're doing, Susan. That's wonderful. Everyone's saying hi to each other. I did get your question, Samantha. Thank you for that. Joyful Journey is here. Good to see you, Joyful. Oh my goodness. And Cheryl is here. Good to see you, Cheryl. If you are in the audience but you haven't commented, that's why I haven't called you out yet. So just if you want to call out, just go ahead and put that in. And I got your question, Joyful. Thank you. Lisa, got your question. Thank you. Oh my goodness, so many of you coming in. Thank you so much for joining us and for supporting Cleo. All of her links are in the description, guys. It's Cleo the Seer on YouTube. So make sure to go ahead and follow her. We want to get her up to those 1,000 followers, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, that's what we're here to do is support, love and support. Okay, Lalima, I got your question. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, gotcha. Okay, Laura, I hear you. Yeah, we're dealing with that on Jonathan's side of the family. We're sending you lots of love. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and go into some of the Vedic transits, and we can go right into questions, or you are welcome to just do a basic energy read for the audience if you would like. So it's totally
I'm just up for the readings of the chatters here.
okay. Great. Oh, and yes, Laura, you're getting lots of hugs in the audience. Our heart goes out to you, honey. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do the Vedic stuff because that's part of my practice,
Okay.
and that sets the tone for what's going on in the week, and then we'll go right into readings. So I'm excited. We're getting tons of readings in the chat, so thank you so much. And I saw that Lalima, Laura, and Susan tipped, so we are in that order to start. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into our question. Actually, let's go into the, the energies for the week. All right, so tomorrow we have a new moon, guys, and I'm going to be on Marina's show, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Now, this new moon, it is in sidereal Sagittarius, and that would be Western Capricorn, okay? But it falls in the nakshatra of Purva Ashada, and it's nestled in the Scorpio Navamsha. That's the Dharmic chart. So what that tells us is this new moon is inviting us to venture into the depths of our inner emotional landscape. It's very Scorpio. Sagittarius urges us to expand our horizons in Purva Shada, and it empowers us with this unwavering determination because it's the unconquerable star, right? And the moon aligns with the Scorpio Navamsha. It's a call to dive into those transformative waters of our own emotions. If you don't know what a Navamsha is, it's the D9 or the Dharmic chart attached to the birth chart. So it gives us a little clue as to what this moon is bringing us. So on a personal level, this is what we can do. You can meditate, you can self-reflect. Those are great potent remedies because they cause us to go in and really look at ourselves, dive deep and heal some of those emotional wounds that emerge stronger after this moon because it is going to bring up some stuff from the muck. And collectively, let's just foster empathy and understanding for others as we're all going through this new moon together because it's going to bring up some stuff, okay? But it's stuff that is good because we need to deal with it. Then we have Jupiter. Let me find my Jupiter card. And he is going to be going into sidereal. He's going to be at 11 degrees and 39 of sidereal Aries. And Mars, let's find my Mars here. He's going to be at 11 degrees and 39 of sidereal Sagittarius. And this is on the 13th. So that is going to give us kind of a surge of fiery energy in our beliefs and our actions. Jupiter's expansive favor combined with Mars's assertive vigor is going to urge us to embrace our passions, charge forward in pursuit of our ideals. Individually, you guys can harness this energy by aligning your actions with your belief systems. Cultivate a daily practice of mindfulness to ensure harmony between your thoughts and your actions. And collectively, we can all channel this vigor toward philanthropic endeavors, noble causes, establishing just a brighter future for all of us because a lot of us are struggling in the collective right now. And for remedies, you can explore yoga, meditation, mantras to balance yourself and use this planetary synergy to kind of fuel your journey toward enlightenment, altruism, because Mars is really, really active and Jupiter is kind of our guru, our guide for our actions. And this is a really, really fiery energy. Then the sun, sidereal, is going into Sagittarius on the 14th. So this is going to infuse our egos with a quest for higher knowledge, for truth. Personally, we can engage this energy by seeking self-awareness, shedding those constraints that are, keeping our egos back because Sagittarian is a very beautiful, mutable sign. It's asking us to kind of exercise introspection and really, he kind of illuminates our path with authentic self-expression. It's causing us, like we go through the Scorpio energy, and it's going to allow us to kind of edit some of the shadowy stuff out. And when the sun goes into Sagittarius, we can really shine, and we can offer and allow more diverse perspectives to come into our just the way that we think about the world, our perspective. Okay. So we're diversifying and expanding the way that we think about others and the world around us. That's what this Jupiter led energy does, because that's who rules Sagittarius. And as for remedies, you can consider daily affirmations to keep your ego in check, adopt humility. And that's the beaconing. That's the light toward, that's our path toward enlightenment. You can still be assertive without being controlling under this energy. And then we have Rahu. He's going to be going into Pisces, and he's going to be aspecting Venus and Scorpio. And that's when a lot of passionate stuff's going to happen. That's going to be on the 15th. I'll go more into that a little later. But yeah, lots of stuff are coming in because we're getting so many questions. I'll just stop there. But lots of stuff this week. Just be aware of the fiery energies at the very beginning. Be aware of, especially with this new moon, of some stuff and some triggers that can come up that will require you to kind of deal with them, and just practice some empathy and understanding with others in the collective that are dealing with their own yuck. Okay. All right. Let's see. Did someone say Gerald? Oh, he's here. Yay. Hi, Gerald. He's one of my favorite, one of my favorite entertainers. So, okay. And tarot readers. So, yeah, good to see you, Gerald. Oh, and Rishi's here. Good to see you, Rishi. All right. So, welcome. Oh, Fun Boy is here. Good to see you, Fun Boy. Courtney is here. Amanda is here. Oh my goodness. All right. So we're going to get to your questions. Jonathan is starring all of them, and he's going to take care of the trolls for us. He's our Tech Ananda in the background.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, that's what that little guy is down there.
Good.
Tech Ananda. Yeah. He helps me with the trolls on Twitch and Facebook too, because we're actually on 6 channels. So, all right. So let me get to your questions. And thank you all so much for joining us. We really appreciate the support. Again, all of Cleo's tags and links are in the description, so make sure to subscribe to her channel. We want to get her up to 1,000. All right. So our first question is Lalima. So let's find Miss Lalima. All right, Lalima. Message from my guides on spirituality and career. Which ones do I need to work on right now? Both, but I'm going to go ahead and ask my cards for more. And just to let everybody know how the show works, we hit all of our tippers first. You get a longer reading from us, and then we're going to go into lightning rounds so that we're not here for 3 hours answering all of your questions. So, Miss Lalima. Okay, just give me a few minutes.
I loved what you did with the introduction, and I don't know if these people have been on other channels, but most people don't do that. I mean, you're getting an awful lot of, you're like a master. So you're getting so much information that that's just amazing. And it's really nice that you can just log on to YouTube and get that kind of thing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, that's what I love about YouTube. And I was actually talking, they were doing it was a really great show on Gerald's channel about car magic. And I believe Diana from Oil Painter is her name, was on. And she gave us some really, really good tips for car magic. And while we were in the chat, we were sharing like car repair videos on YouTube. Like, this is how you clear out your windshield wiper stuff. And this is how you fix this. It was great. YouTube's fantastic for practical and spiritual.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's how I first got into YouTube, is the do-it-yourself stuff. So, oh, yeah. Are you talking about Gerald from Tarot Stash?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I know him well. Yeah, great.
Yeah, I call him Cowbell because we can't get too much of him. Have you ever seen the SNL skit where it's like, okay, it's, yeah.
You're Cowbell.
Yep, that's Cowbell. We love him. Oh, and I actually got a fan from Kaylee. I might use it. We'll see. It depends on if we get any questions that cause that to come out. Let's see. All right. So I'm getting a pretty good read on this for you, Lalima. I can see why you're asking the question, because Yeah, you're kind of in stasis right now. I'm getting a few extras for you. You are dealing with some past life stuff regarding your decision moving forward. This is very clear. Okay. And yeah. They're really wanting you to focus on your security. That's the main thing I'm seeing with all of my cards. And standing in your truth, making your own decisions. Interesting. Let's see if I can get a guide to come out for you. My other guide cards were like, nah, let's see if I can get one out of this one. Because it seems like you need a little guidance. Okay. Trusting. Okay, got it. All right, you've got some strong guides around you, so that makes me feel a little better. Okay, Lalima. I'm going to go ahead and let's see. Start with, let's see here. You can see my cards. Okay, the first card I got for you, Lalima, is Taurus. Okay, they want you to focus on the practicality of your situation, kind of take on a more earthy perspective, a more grounded perspective when it comes to making this decision. It needs to be about your savings account. It needs to be about the four squares, like your home, your meals, the most basic parts of your survival and your being. It's the resources to maintain your life need to be the utmost consideration for your life right now. Okay. Because whenever I get Taurus, it's like you got to kind of get the 3D stuff taken care of. Okay. So I asked, what is going on that's kind of causing some confusion in this area? Because I felt you're being pulled in a lot of different directions. And it's okay. It's a past life issue. And I got that Isis might be able to help you through some of this. The situation involves your past life memories. And so a lot of us are working through this very Scorpio Gandanta energy right now in the Vedic, in the sidereal collective. It's if you look at the sidereal calculation, it's the actual calculation in the sky, and it tells us what's going on kind of like a deep soul level. And so what I'm getting is that as we're going through these Gandantas, they're affecting you a little bit more strongly than other people because you have some past life stuff coming up that might be getting in the way of the path that you're setting for your future. Okay. And Isis is a mother goddess. So they're saying you need to mother yourself a little more, especially when it comes to maintaining your resources and your environment. The main energy I got for your situation, I wish I could offer you more clarity, is the Hanged Man. Okay. And I know, Cleo, you've seen the show so long enough to kind of know what this guy means. You're kind of in a bit of a stasis right now. You're in suspension. You're waiting. This can make you feel a little vulnerable because of the transition that's occurring in your life right now, Lalima. So they're saying change your viewpoint. See this from a different perspective. This card represents a period where your circumstances are preventing you from taking your usual actions. And it's this past life stuff that's coming up that's getting in the way. You can't rush into making this decision, big or small, because deep down you understand that this is a time for introspection. The new moon can really help with this. I highly recommend that you meditate under this new moon tomorrow. This sense of pause is going to surround you. It's going to provide a buffer against this incredible need to achieve that I'm feeling from you. You're like, I got to do this. I got to do this. It's like this almost anxious feeling that I'm getting because subconsciously you need to recognize that this is a waiting period. It's urging you to resist those quick fixes. Okay. Don't let boredom or inertia hinder your will to act, but your goal should be patience without emotional paralysis. Okay. They're saying face the facts very calmly and be prepared to handle whatever new circumstances are coming your way to kind of overcome this feeling that I'm getting. So don't, and oh my gosh, they're saying don't waste time wallowing or being in self-pity. What you desire will come in due time. So be aware of that, okay, Lalima? It's natural to feel this level of restlessness that I'm picking up on, but be trusting that your current situation is definitely to your advantage, and just take the time to reflect and gradually introduce more excitement into your routine. Okay, so that's the main energy that I got for your situation. You got to go in and just breathe this one out because it's not ready yet. I got the direction card from the Creativity Oracle. Switch gears, reboot, try a new different direction. That's probably why they're asking you to sit down and meditate and go in to find the solution to this problem. And then I got stand in your truth. Don't stand in other people's truths because you know the way forward, especially when you're coming from that calm, centered state. An honest desire to know and speak the truth produces beneficial results. Okay, so stand in your truth, stand in your direction. I asked for an additional guide. In addition to Isis, I got Archangel Michael, trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to occur. What really stood out to me in this particular depiction of Archangel Michael is the sapphire on his chest. When I'm going through delays and obstacles, I usually incorporate a sapphire into my wardrobe. Okay. You could also use lapis lazuli. And you can wear it a strand and place it over your heart, or you can wear it on the middle finger of your right hand. Okay. That's if you have anything like that, lapis, amethyst, or sapphire, those can kind of help you with the patience piece that accompanies this. So you need to work on these things, but they're asking you to be more introspective regarding the way that you're approaching the issue regarding career and spirituality. Okay. So your guides are literally saying, let us help you with your career, but you have to go in. Okay. I hope that was helpful, Lalima. Let me go to the chat to see if you said anything. Yes, I agree. I'm actually feeling it totally. Okay, good. Well, thank you so much for the commentary. We really appreciate knowing we're on the right track. And I know Cleo has more for you, so I'm excited to see what comes up. Oh, just I will do that. Awesome. Good for you, Lalima.
Well, oh boy, Michelle covered so much area, and that's amazing, Michelle, that you can come up with all this stuff to help a person make some decisions. But I see that, Lalima, you've got a whole bunch of spirit guides, and it feels like so many times that they're maybe like all talking at once. So it kind of gets you a little bit confused, whether I don't know that you necessarily hear them, but that you feel you start to get scattered. And you're also, I think there's a little side of you, I don't know if you think of yourself this way, but you're kind of a perfectionist. So you're trying to pinpoint things, get things down, and move on with that. So you need to really, meditation would be the best way to work with this. And but your spirit guides, they love whatever it is. I guess you've got many talents, and they're just all chattering away going, yes, you can do this, you can do that. And then with the career, let me think a minute. I don't know, have no idea, I don't know if you're working in your career right now or if it's something that you want to do in the future. But whatever you're doing in your career, I believe you're headed in the right direction, and you've got the right talents for it and the right skill set. And you do very well at it. I don't know if it's something you've been doing for years or something that you've done recently or you want to get into in the future, but you've got all your spirit guides supporting you on this, and you've got you've got good things going on, particularly for this whole year. The support you're receiving from your guides, and if you start to feel too scattered, um, try to get more centered so that you're just taking in one at a time. And the stuff you're getting from your spirit guides is more like supportive and loving and encouraging. um, but you're trying to think, well, in what direction am I supposed to go? So the only way to get to that is to calm down, cool it, just chill out, and do the meditation or just sit still for a while and let these things come to you, because I can't pinpoint one certain thing, because you've got a whole bunch of things going on, and apparently you're the kind of person that can actually do that. You're probably pretty good at multitasking. And yeah, your guides are so, oh, they're funny, they're they're really supportive. Well, there you go. So if you're getting those messages, but I know that with myself, I've done this too, where something will come to me and it's just there's too much. So what I do is I go, settle down, everybody. Just give me a moment, and then little by little, it'll come one at a time instead of everybody at once. But they've been dealing with you for a long, or working with you for a long time. So um, I guess they think that you're picking up everything. You can't possibly pick up everything in one breath. You need a little bit of time to separate things and let your spirit guides chill a bit and come to you one at a time so that you can really benefit from their input and their energy. Oh, wow,
Um,
you're a doctor.
mhm.
Oh, well, there you go. I mean, what an amazing career to have. You're a healer, so yes, you definitely want to connect more with your spirit guides, because when you're dealing with people's lives, that's such a beautiful thing to be doing. Good for you. Yeah. But now I totally get why your spirit guides are so, because you're very accomplished.
Mhm.
Uh, you're very smart. You've worked hard to get to where you're at. So they're thinking you can handle anything they're throwing at you, and you're trying to, but you need to do it just one at a time. And you might try what I just showed you. Just the snap of the finger, just to kind of clear it for a minute, might help.
Awesome. All right. Well, we hope that was helpful. Thank you so much for joining us, Lalima. That was wonderful. And come back and join us again. And
Yeah.
we wish you all the best. And I know those kids love you. So I keep getting that fifth house energy every time I read for you. And you've got a beautiful gift. So that Taurus energy is just all about securing your base and just staying here. And so we're wishing you all the best. Oh, and she goes, I agree. Thank you so much for your time and energies. You're so welcome. And thank you for coming back and letting us know how you're doing. We really appreciate your energy. All right. So our next, we go for tippers first, just to let everybody know, is Laura. So Laura, you're going to be next. Okay. So make sure that you, if you're here, I'm going to go ahead and put a timestamp in of 27:43 for you. All right. So reading around dealing with elderly parents. Okay. I used to work as an in-home nurse, so you asked the right person. Okay. The first card I got from you, I went straight to the tarot for you, Laura. I got the tradition might be holding you back. There might be an old way of doing things that is holding you back, because I got the Hierophant reversed. So might be this suggests a fear of moving forward because you're stuck in like the past. There might be bound by an outdated value or an antiquated custom. So tradition is great, but only if it resonates with your beliefs. And unfortunately, you might find it very overwhelming to kind of go against this status quo that's in place, whether you endorse it or not. So what I'm getting is there's a little bit of pushback regarding what they think should be done and what you think should be done. Um, so just realize that your styles are vastly different, and avoid having an agenda that forces you to accept rigid conditions that no longer align with your lifestyle. Because when you're caring for your elderly parents, you're blending your lives together. It may be kind of challenging to embrace the differences that come up as you are going through this caretaker process. So I suggest, really, if you have a family member or a close friend that you can kind of let the air out of the tires, so to speak, like something happens and you get really frustrated and you can just go, "Psst," let some of that air out. Okay. That can kind of help you let go of some of the steam without losing it. Okay, because I know what it's like to deal with elderly. It's harder, in my opinion, for children to deal with their parents than it is for like an outside caregiver, because all of the personality is there, all of the emotional stuff is there. So just they're saying, don't be stuck in the mud. Um, Refusing to embrace new ways of thinking, because even if you know you're right, isn't going to lead to growth. So you're going to have to practice a lot more patience with the parents, okay? And work on being more flexible and open-minded with them, because they're not operating at the same level that they used to. Okay. And we have to be really, really patient when people are coming at us from that perspective, because I'm getting one of them is, whoa, he's hard. Oh, sorry, your dad. Sorry. And then let me see if you said anything. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm on the right path here. Okay. And this is reverse Hierophant. It's very stuck in his ways. Okay. So that's what I'm picking up on. So this is how you can kind of deal with dad. All right. I got Capricorn in the fifth house. Now, Capricorn is all about, it's ruled by Saturn, and it's all about practicality. It's taking our emotions out of it and really looking at it from like the perspective of like a father versus a mother. You're using a very practical, almost career-like headset when dealing with that energy. And the fifth house is the house of children and creativity. So you are now being asked to parent dad. And that's very difficult, and he doesn't like it very much, is kind of what I'm getting. He likes to have things his own way and do things in his own pattern. So just see it from the viewpoint of, this is a person who used to be a certain way, and they're struggling with the fact that they can't be that person anymore. So, okay, what they're saying is, to lighten the mood a little bit, is find things that dad really liked when he was a kid, whether it be a board game or a puzzle or something. They're showing me something that he enjoyed doing. It could be even like going watching fishing or something like that. Something that gets his head out of this state that he's in of needing to control things, because he's out of control and he's a little fear-based in that area. Okay. And it's embarrassing when we get older, because we don't have those faculties anymore. So we have to practice some grace. So I did pull some cards for you, Laura. Okay. And oh, I'm glad Odin is on your lap, loving on you. That's great. Okay. I got that you are stepping into being a goddess of healing. I enjoy exercising, eating healthful foods, and doing what is good for me. When I pulled this card, it reminded me that a lot of caregivers can experience burnout. As someone who did it for a living, I can't imagine doing this 24/7. You have to take breaks. When you're on a payroll, you can just go home and check your ticket. And when you're a child, it's just completely different experience. So use this affirmation when you feel resistant to doing what you know is in your best interest. Avoid that caregiver burnout, okay? The desire to sabotage our efforts to improve ourselves comes from our resistance to change and being too good. With self-improvement comes new activities, new friends, and other manifestations of change we often resist because we fear the unknown. I also get that you are editing your tribe. You need to have people around you that not only support you and what you're doing moving forward, but that can support you when you're supporting others, because we can't carry it all. Okay, so that's the main advice I got. Then I got that one of your parents needs to stretch a little more. As we stretch our bodies, we stretch our minds by opening the possibilities. I breathe in the enjoyment of a luxurious stretch. I am filled with energy that is released when I reach a little farther than before. I breathe out pain and tension. I'm getting this from you too. Both you and your parents need to stretch, and it's causing tension. It's like your bodies are a little clenched. And so it's kind of like when you're over there, you're a little clenched and they're a little clenched. Putting some stretching into their care routine and stretching together can kind of dispel some of those that negative energy that I feel coming from the caregiving experience. And stretching is good for all of us. I do it every morning. And then there's some forgiveness that needs to happen. I got the forgiveness card. I forgive because I want to be forgiven. So there may be some things that either you or your parents are still kind of holding around that need to kind of come out and be addressed in a calm and safe setting. Seek justice and fully process all the wrongs done to you. But when you awake, forgive everyone you can think of, including yourself. All humans are flawed and need forgiveness. To not forgive is to delay your healing. So I feel like this is all kind of compounded on each other, as far as just the overall dynamic that I'm seeing in the relationship. Oh, he's a doctor. Those are the worst patients, Laura. Okay, my heart goes out to you. Oh my goodness. I had a client whose son was a lawyer, and that was the smart sons and daughters. I mean, oh my goodness, yeah, okay. So they think they know better, but they still need help. So I think that's probably a lot of the push and pull you're getting. You have a ton of guides and advice coming for you. 4 of them popped out. So I'm going to end with this so you have some guidance for the week, okay? I got Coventa, purification. It is time for cleansing, detoxification of your body and mind. So make sure you're drinking water throughout the day and you're taking out time for rest. Then I got Saraswati, take out time for creativity, for music. This can actually break up some of the negative tension I'm feeling with the parents. Bringing something creative, even if it's just listening to music or doing a creative activity in the home. That's why I think I got Capricorn in the 5th house. I got puzzles, I got games, I got, things to kind of break up his mental state, because he's really smart. Okay. And then I got Pele, divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So make sure to keep your needs for front and foremost, even as you're practicing your role as a caregiver, and maintain your independence too. Don't take on too much. Your independence is the foundation for your strength and success. Know that you can't help them if you're not helping yourself. Okay, put your air mask on before putting their air mask on, because you're the one who's basically in charge of the show at this point in their lives. I hope that was helpful. I know Cleo has more for you. My heart goes out to you. And I hope that those affirmations can help you kind of get through this stuck pattern throughout the week. Okay. Come back and let us know how you're doing, Laura.
Wow. Well, Michelle, you gave some great advice and you took the words right out of my mouth. But
Oh,
Laura, my dad was a doctor also. And I'll tell you, when you're dealing with an elderly doctor, and these, doctors have people coming to them their whole career asking for help and advice, and they're constantly giving it. So when they get older, they're still on that same level. They think they have all the answers. My father ended up being, he had dementia. So it was really difficult. It was probably the most difficult thing I've ever gone through, to watch somebody go through dementia. Now, I'm not saying that that's what your father's going through, but when you watch them become different, I mean, doctors, they are pretty smart. They've had a lot of training and they've been doing it for a long time. And so if you see him maybe stumbling a bit as far as mentally, that doesn't mean he's got dementia, but it means that, he's elderly, he's getting older, and he does expect a certain amount of respect. Doctors, please, they walk on water. But it's the one thing, and you're saying it's both your parents are elderly, and I think maybe your mother maybe has some issues also, but the hardest thing when you're dealing with elderly parents is to take a break from it. Don't take anything personally, because yes, they're functioning at a little bit lower energy level than they did when they were, healthy and working and younger and a little bit younger. So, but it can really wear a person down, it's because your dad and mom so well. And so when they say things that you're like, what, where did that come from? Or why would you say that to me? Or if they get cranky with you, which they will, because they're fighting for their independence. They don't want somebody to come in and say, you're older now, so you can't do certain things. They don't want to hear that. So I think with, your mother has dementia and your father has cancer. Oh my goodness, that is such a lot to deal with. And I hope that you have some professionals coming in and helping you with this, because mom doesn't understand right now exactly what's going on with dad. And dad doesn't want to burden you with what he's going through. So he might come off a little bit, what would the word be? A little bit brash, blunt. Like I know what I've got. I know I can take care of this, and I can take care of your mother too. And and I know that you're probably doing all you can. I know I did the same kind of, I mean, anything from cleaning the house to going out and getting the groceries to, and in the meantime, trying to act like, hey, this is just no big deal. I love doing this for you, because they want to turn it around to like, hey, we don't need all your help. You don't need to be going overboard. And that they do need the help. And you're the daughter. So it's a natural inclination to want to do that. But basically you have got to give yourself a rest. You've got to go out and see friends once in a while, go out and have a cup of coffee with your favorite people, and or get some exercise, or just remove yourself from the scene once in a while. And I know, oh, good, they are well taken care of. So you've got some other people helping you out. That's what I'm assuming that means. Well, you're very lucky then, because, a lot of times, especially with dementia, uh, it gets undiagnosed, and you don't get a lot of help. And other people see your mom as the person she's always been, and they don't realize that maybe that something has changed. So, and they have some money, good, so they can afford to have people come in and help them. Well, bless you. You're there for them, and they need that constant reminder of who am I, and you're the person that reminds them of who they are. And I'm sure your dad is worried about what will happen if he goes before your mother. And
We're getting a lot of support in the chat for you, honey.
yeah, I mean, all these the hospice nurses and stuff, they're just amazing, the things that they can do for you. Boy, I'm sorry, that is an awful lot to handle. That's an awful lot to take on. But then again, know that this is something you were chosen to do. Your guides know that you can handle this, because otherwise you wouldn't be in the picture. You would be in another state or something like that, to where you didn't have to deal with it. And in my situation, my siblings were all, they couldn't be there. It was just up to me. So yeah, and there's time, it gets real frustrating, because you can't, sometimes the way they react to things, it just doesn't make any sense, especially with dementia. So hey, hang in there. You are blessed. Your guides are with you. You can do this, and fortunately your parents have the wherewithal to bring in extra help. But do give yourself time, not just to get away from it, but to release your mind from it once in a while. It feels like right now it's on your mind all the time. What can I do, and what should I do? And you need to break away and do other things too, especially when you know that you do have help there. So that's what I feel on this subject.
Great, great. Well, thank you so much, Cleo. That was sage advice. And her father was a doctor who had this. I mean, this is amazing. This is how spirit works. So it was meant to be. And I am so glad that Cleo was here to help you answer that and give some sage advice. And thank you, best chatters, for all of your support for Laura as she goes through this. You are all amazing. So,
Well, my
I love
dad,
that.
my dad wasn't just a doctor. He was a doctor that I worked for 35 years. So to be that close to him, and my mother, we all worked in the same clinic, and to be that close to him when he was going through dementia, part of me tried to find it interesting to see the decline. I mean, it was horrible, but I just
Yeah.
tried. I thought, this is just so weird. I could actually see him go back in time. I could see him being in his 50s and then his 40s and 30s, till it went down to what he was like as a teenager. And I thought, that's what I would assume he would be like. But dementia is just, it's heartbreaking. So
Yeah.
you just got to find ways to deal with it, because you don't get with your mother, I'm sure you're not getting responses that make any sense. And
Yeah.
anyway, hang in there, Laura.
We got this. Yeah. And we're dealing with it in our family too. We completely understand what you're going through, and just come back and let us know how you're doing. Okay, Laura. Thank you so
Yeah.
much. All right. So we're still going through tippers. Susan, you are next. So make sure that you are here, Susan. Your timestamp is 44:25. Okay. Miss Susan, let me find your question. Oh, it's a long one. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. As always, I welcome whatever comes up, or specifically, I have a new protocol for my naturopath and also new health insurances. I'm hoping for a major improvement in several areas, mostly walking this year, but I am hesitant to put myself on in the medical system. Can there be any unintended negative consequences? I don't know what they can actually help me. Does it seem to be a good time to seek care through a medical modality rather than my usual preference or natural? Thank you. Okay. That's a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and hide your question real quick, Miss Susan. And you're listening. You're welcome. Okay, awesome. So let me go ahead and tell you what my cards said. The first thing I got was I got Virgo, in Neptune. Okay, so Neptune in Virgo. There. Now, if you look at Neptune's eyes, oh, there we go. They're fogged. He's not really seeing. He's over idealizing the situation. That's what Neptune causes us to do. He's in my 7th house. So I had to deal with relationship stuff, for example, like over idealizing relationships. Look at where Neptune is in your chart and how he's operating. If he's in Virgo or your 6th house, this could be creating some fogging regarding your health, your daily routines, and how you manage the practical day-to-day areas of your life. Because Virgo is all about it's all about healing modalities. It's all about my favorite analogy for Monte is it's the gates that keep the wolves out of the sheep uh, area. So it's like these boundaries that we put up health wise that keep us safe and our bodies safe. Okay, so there's some disillusionment in this area still. Okay, so I asked how can Susan kind of step into empowerment, like out of disillusionment and into empowerment? They're saying, hold on to your beliefs. I got the Hierophant upright. This also indicates a yearning for spiritual guidance. So perhaps you're currently facing this dilemma of, like you said, do I follow the medical system or do I follow my naturopath's advice? What this tells me is you need to take control of your own health, listen to both doctors, and make a sound decision. There's a delicate balance required when this influence is present. So I would obviously listen to both medical professionals and weigh out your options and your advice and really pay attention to how your body responds to treatment and be very truthful to them as you're going through this process. It's time for you to step into your own light, embrace your own personal standards. In fact, you have the power to be an influence over your health at this time. So don't be afraid of coming across as preachy or strict or opinionated. Let them know how you're feeling. Let them know how the treatments are going. Forge your own path while allowing others to kind of help you from the sidelines. Okay, because this is your health. You know your body. All right. So tradition is fantastic. It can hinder progress. I mean, obviously, it's important to go to your naturopath and take their advice. But if your doctor points out something that's really serious, that may be a certain type of medication or a procedure that needs to happen, don't hold on to those past beliefs because it might not be what you were taught in your formative years. Okay, stay true to what you believe now. Okay, that's what they're saying. Balance is key. All right. Now, I'm not a medical professional for entertainment purposes only, but balancing the two is kind of what they're showing me. And the way that you can do that is to just be really truthful about what's going on with your response to the treatment. Okay. I got some amazing guides. I'm going to get to those in a second, but I went to the Creativity Oracle and I got some really great affirmations. I used the Pulver method and 4 came out. I got trust, share, enchantment, and explore. The first thing you need to do, I got that Hierophant, you need to trust in yourself. Okay. Trust that you were born a creative being and never stop being one. You have all of those auspicious Jupiter's divisions in your chart. You have the power to heal the world. And they're saying that in order to heal the world, you must first heal yourself. Whew, that's a tough one. This is how you do it. You start sharing with other people to help you make progress. It's a good idea to share what you have and what you really care about. So remember how I told you, sitting down with the doctor, sitting down with a naturopath, and literally saying to them, this is what I need. This is what's working. This is what's not working. Okay, taking control. Enchantment, relying on that beautiful, we are enchanted when the muses sing the art spirit into us. I know that you have this. When you go out in nature, ask your guides to talk to you then, because that's when your mind is calmest, and they're like your muses. And then explore different modalities, different healing routes. Just stay open, but also be extremely practical in how you come across when it comes to your care. Trust your imagination to help you journey through your inner landscape to find what you seek. So I have a feeling this is a journey. Breathe. Don't be as anxious about it and be patient, and don't over idealize the modalities that you come along, because they might work, they might not work. Here are a few of the guides that are helping you. Lakshmi's one of mine. I adore her. She can just stop worrying. Everything is going to be fine. It literally says it on the card. Okay. The anxiety could be affecting your health as well. Okay. So that's why I said walking in nature, Breathing, taking time out for that mental self-care can help put you in a place where you're a better advocate for your health. Okay. Then I got Rhiannon, the sorceress. I know you've got a little sorceress vibe in there. Okay. You are a magical person who can manifest your clear intentions into reality. You have this gift. Okay. That's why I got the Hierophant. So take yourself seriously. Know that you are a magical being. And I love this guy because I know that you're an amazing singer. I got Mother Mary. Expect a miracle. That's wonderful. Have faith that your prayers have been heard and are being answered. Okay, so those are some really great guides that are helping you through this. Just know that this is a journey. Be patient with yourself as you go through this. Don't over idealize one situation over another. And the main thing that they're saying is stand in your truth and literally be like a priest over your own life. Because the Hierophant, I didn't get the High Priestess. I got the Hierophant. That's the 3D stuff. Okay. So taking on that authority. Okay. And doing that by speaking your truth is really going to help you through this. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I know that Cleo has more for you and I'm sending you lots of love. Come back and let us know how you're doing, Susan.
Well, Susan, I mean, everything Michelle said is just so perfect. But I do see in your future an MD, a medical doctor, who that I don't know if you're already seeing this person or if it's somebody new on the scene, but he is somebody. Oh, wait a minute, she is somebody. It's a woman. She will be very helpful in whatever is ailing you or whatever you're working on. I think the naturopath stuff is good, but I think you need to add to it with the medical doctor, because this medical doctor sees something in you that others haven't recognized that could be a game changer for how you end up dealing with your own health. So yeah, I see. She was saying something about a miracle guide or miracle. What did you say, Michelle? Whatever. The miracle is
Oh,
this.
believe
Is
in miracles. Yeah. Mother
is
Mary.
okay, Mother Mary.
Yeah.
That is this female doctor that you're going to you either see them right now or you're going to be seeing them soon, and you can look to this person for good guidance and very helpful with your health issues, whatever those may be. Um, There you go. If you found, it's definitely a woman. I didn't get that at first. I thought it was a man, but no, it's definitely a woman. Um, that's a doctor that she looks further into things. Um, I don't know if maybe some of the problems you're having are female related, and she can see that better than maybe a man can. But and also whatever's going on, you're going to be okay. You're going to get the right treatments, and this is going to work out, and you will be it's much better shape within this year, within within like 6 months. Um, so I don't know if this is a chronic condition or just something that's come on that can be treated and you're relieved of it, but it's a good thing that, I mean, you've looked into you've gone with the naturopaths and you're looking into the other things. Keep doing that. That is the best thing you can do for yourself right now. And also, like what Michelle said, tell them everything. I know that, I've gone to doctors and I will read off a list of stuff that I've read on the internet, and sometimes they get a little bit irritated because they're like, I'm the doctor, I'll tell you what's going on. I don't like that kind of doctor. If you get that kind of doctor, male or female, I suggest go to another one, because what you're asking them is, this is how I feel and this is what I think is going on, and what can you tell me about it? They're the expert. They should be able to tell you what's going on, how it's treated, and maybe even some changes that you might make in regards to exercise and diet and sleep and that kind of stuff, where you might think, well, that's not really going to heal the problem, but really it does. It all works together. And you expect a miracle? Well, I'm telling you, there's a doctor out there who is a miracle worker, and you're going to find her. There you go.
You can't make this up, guys. That's amazing. I'm so glad you tapped into her. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, okay, so this has been going on and on. This is where this woman doctor knows. She has some other ideas immediately. When she talks to you, she immediately has some ideas about how you can start working together and doing some tests. And I don't know if it means medicine or just a different way of doing things, but yeah, Susan, just watch for her. She's out there. If you run into a woman doctor that doesn't seem interested, then you've got the wrong one. There might be another one out there, but I think there's a woman out, you said you were looking for doctors and stuff, and there is one out there. And when you walk out of that office after visiting with her, you'll just be like, I finally found somebody that gets where I'm at and gets what I'm going through and wants to help me do something about it. So
Wonderful.
Good luck to you, Susan.
Oh, that's great. And you're so welcome, Susan. Thank you so much for joining us. We're sending you tons of love on your healing journey, and that's exciting stuff. I'm so glad that our cards revealed the outcome for you. That's wonderful. Okay, and yes, we love Cleo. This is fantastic. I'm really enjoying this, Cleo. That was great. Love that. Okay, our next question is Courtney, because she tipped. All right, let me find your question, Courtney. Okay, you just said thank you. So I just went ahead and put, I'm just going to go ahead and do a general. If you have something specific, go ahead and put it in. Oh, and Susan says she's scheduling an appointment tomorrow. If it's not her, I'll keep looking. So hopeful. Excellent. Okay, great.
Go for it.
All right, let's see. So let's go ahead and find okay, so yeah, Courtney, if you have a specific question, go ahead and put it in. Otherwise, I'm just going to go ahead and get started with your the overall energy. Okay. All right. So you are headed into a period of growth. Okay. Feel open, willing, and proud of your desire to explore new opportunities for self-development. I think that the Jupiter-Mars connection that we're having in a couple days is really going to spur this on. But in order to open this up, it's important to take advantage of the new moon that we have coming up because that's going to help us. How do I say this? Create edits, shadow edits is what I call them. What happens before I'm about to meet a lot of success in my life is I go through what I call shadow edits. There are certain people or circumstances that present themselves to me and I go, oh, that's what's really going on. And I can make an edit. Okay, I can set a boundary or I can move the project in another direction. Or that's what I feel like you're going through. You're learning to edit. All right. So I said, what is Courtney editing? What does the main focus need to be? I got the material and the spiritual. So you're learning on being more, and the Sagittarian energy that we have coming up is really going to help you with this because I got the second house, I got the 12th house, and I got Sagittarius. Now, the second house is all about our savings accounts. It's what keeps us, it's that Taurian energy. It's what keeps us going. It's our resources. It pays the bills. Okay. You need to be more focused in this area. The other area I got was 12th house. The 12th house is hidden things, our spirituality. It's also the house of hospitalizations, loss, addictions, death, but it's also the house of moksha. It's the house where our guides are able to, when we come to them in an egoless way, lead us in the right direction, in a better direction. They help us get us out of our own way. I feel like that's what your guides are doing. They are helping you with this very material 3D aspect of your life and maintaining your resources and protecting them. And they're also helping you reorganize the way that you approach your spirituality. Okay. I don't see any comments yet, but hopefully I'm on track for you. The reason they're doing this, and I'm getting a lot of this in the collective right now because Rahu is in the 12th house. Rahu's the north node. He represents the superego, and he can cause illusions. Don't delude yourself. I got the 7 of Hearts from the Amy Zerner deck. If you find yourself surrounded by numerous choices, but the confusion of distinguishing reality and illusion is there, it's not going to work out very well. Now, I get it that it's really exciting to have a lot of options right now, but it can also lead to uncertainty and perplexity. So your idealism might carry you away. A lot of people, especially empaths in the collective right now, because of this Rahu energy in Pisces, are going through this. It's so important to stay grounded. Stay grounded in reality is what they're saying. Be aware of possible mood swings related to your current situation. Again, a lot of empaths in the collective are going through this. Everyone. Okay. So just doing those modalities that help you stay grounded are essential. I do yoga asanas in the morning in addition to chanting that helps me stay grounded. There might be some crystals too that you can incorporate, like black tourmaline. They're also saying don't despair when your wishes or your dreams don't come true. Visualize yourself and your life, imagining your wishes turning into reality, and know that the dreamlike world of fantasy that I'm picking up from you has an allure, but be cautious not to let it overpower your common sense. Okay, that's why I got that second house energy. It's important for you to stay grounded when it comes to your needs, especially the financial ones. So they're also saying to beware of over idealizing individuals and situations to the point of overlooking their faults or their own pitfalls because you want to maintain the fantasy. Instead of deceiving yourself, be willing to see the truth and recognize that you do have alternatives to your situation. So I went to my affirmation deck, my Art of Affirmations from Monte Farber and Amy Zerner. They gave me some really great advice for you. The first one I got was Goddess of Balance. You're learning to balance the spiritual and the material aspects of yourself. I am content in all circumstances. Use this gift whenever you notice you are discontented with things in the way they are. Remember that illusionment we were talking about. Try instead believing that things are the way they are now for a reason that you do not know yet. What is important now is not that you perfectly attain or maintain this exalted state, but how quickly you return to trying to attain it when you notice yourself forgetting to try. Okay, so that kind of goes into that disillusionment piece. I've noticed this throughout my life in the collective. There are some, how do I say this? There is a more negative modality that I see some people step into that is more of a denial complex. It's like, well, this bad thing is happening, so I'm just going to make it nice and good in my head. That's very dangerous because then you don't, it's like putting blinders on. Okay. You have to see the reality of the situation. You have to look at it with 3D eyes in addition to this one. Okay. What they want you to do more of is go out and play a little bit. The purpose of life is to be happy. If you don't agree, then you really need more playtime. Children live and learn by playing, and the child within us leads and lives every day, or else will feel deprived or act out inappropriately. So keeping that inner child kind of nourished and taken care of, that's where I feel the inner child work needs to be done, because that's what's causing some of the disillusionment that I'm seeing. This is the way out. I got I am learning. Much can be learned from everyone and everything, even the nets that try to snare us. I breathe in the wisdom that the flow of nature is offering me. I am filled with a desire to learn all I can about life and my place in it. I breathe out ignorance. If you're dealing with a lot of disillusion in your environment right now, and you might be following around a fantasy that's not quite serving you, sit in meditation, ground yourself, maybe with a piece of black tourmaline. You can charge it with some selenite and focus on rooting your, how do I say this? The base of your spine, if you're sitting, into the earth, or your feet, actually get them onto dirt. Because I'm getting that you're like a floating head right now. I'm not really picking up on a lot of reality. And your guides are like, she needs to be here. Okay. So that's what I'm getting. Really focus on grounding yourself. That's going to open up a lot of doors for you and create more of a focus on where you're headed next. Okay. Get out of the illusion. It's not going to serve you. It might lead you somewhere dangerous. That's the main thing I'm getting. Okay. For entertainment purposes only. that's what I recommend for you. Okay, Courtney, I hope that was helpful. Thank you for joining us. And I know Cleo has more for you. And you are on mute. There you go.
There we go. Sorry.
No
I don't
problem.
know. I don't know if you're still on here right now, or if you're just going to come back and watch this when it's done. But yeah, something Michelle had said about um, going in all kinds of different directions. Yeah, I see with you that you're a very inquisitive kind of person. You're very open to just, to what is going on. I mean, you can have 15 things in your mind about what you want to check out and what you want to learn more about, but you don't really have the time to do all that. And by the way, is that a little puppy in your picture? So I love it that you got your little dog on there. So, yeah, you do. You need to get a little more centered. On the other hand, I kind of feel like you're a creative kind of person. I don't know if it would be like art or music or um, anything where you're creating something. So if you're that kind of person, sometimes it is okay that you're just often, not to be derogatory, but you're off in la la land, because creative people, you have to be open to just about everything, because it just helps the creativity. And so if that's your case, or even if you're not, but you're just totally open to different things, and so you're kind of like a jack of all trades and master of none. So, depending on if you see yourself drawn into things that you think, whether it's a job or whether it's a creative endeavor or whether it's cooking or whether it's cleaning the house, whatever makes you feel good to be doing it, keep doing it. But it would be helpful to get a little more grounded. And then once you figure out, well, this is really what I'm drawn to and what I'm really good at, and it makes me feel good to do it, then you're on the right track. On the other hand, you feel to me like a person that's always going to have all these other extra things out here because you're interested in so many things and you're drawn to it, and it's drawn to you. So uh, actually, I think you're probably a pretty fun person, and I think whatever you end up doing is going to be good. But you do need to um, kind of separate fantasy from reality. But it's not a bad thing to be out there and just let yourself go. And actually, when it comes to spirit guides, that's really kind of helpful. If you're interested in that too, and interested in connecting with your spirit guides to help lead you, then go for that also. But just have a good time doing it, but don't get too far out there, because then you're going to lose perspective, and then you're just kind of all over the place, and you feel like a person that's got a lot of talent. So I hope this benefits you a little bit, and that you can really hone in on what you do best and what you're most talented at, and you get to do that because it's a good thing for you. So there you have it.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Cleo. And if anyone can contact Courtney and let her know where the marker is, we end it at 109. All right. Thank you so much. That was awesome advice, Cleo. Okay, so let's go to our next tipper. And Alimar, I did get your tip, so you are in the queue. All right, our next one is Aaron Whitefoot. Thank you for the super sticker, Aaron. We really appreciate it. That's very generous of you. Okay, so I did pull a few cards for you. I'm not sure what your exact question is. And just to let you know, Aaron Lightfoot, your question starts at 109.48. Okay, 109.48. Oh, you got some great guides. This is fantastic. Oh, I love these two. Okay, awesome. All right, well, you didn't ask a specific question. So I'm going to go ahead. I pulled karma cards to kind of figure out like what you wanted to know. And I got the South Node and the ninth house. I'll read from your spirit guides. Okay, perfect. So the ninth house is all about our guides. It's our gurus. It's our teachers. It's how we expand our horizons. And the South Node is our past lives. What this tells me is you were an incredibly spiritual person in a past life, and you're kind of moving more into the material world this time around. Because when I get the South Node, it's you've already done it in past lives and you're being asked to move in another direction. Okay. So ninth house with the South Node tells me that if you're thinking about long range travel, if you're thinking about a new spiritual modality, if you're thinking about picking up a new spiritual value, now's not the time. Okay. There's a bit of a block there. They want you to focus on something else. So I asked, what does Aaron need to be focused on? I got some really clear cards for you. The first one I got the King of Pentacles reversed. Okay, now pentacles represent our finances. Okay, and when I picked this card up, what I got was keep moving forward. That was the message that I got. They're saying that you embody the humble, earthy qualities of the King of Pentacles, but be aware that your current situation has become stagnant. It's become repetitive or even a little boring. There's some habits or quirks that can also strain your connection. So financial concerns, budget constraints, they can contribute to your current challenges. When he comes up reversed, this suggests kind of a misguided search for authenticity, leading to unrealistic expectations. Okay. Okay. So when you're entering in to a new, how do I say this, project, client relationship, anything around that, you need to have the material stuff really cinched down. Okay. Uncertainty about this area can just add to the dilemma that you're currently facing. So they're saying be open to change. While traditional changes have their merits, don't reject new opportunities out of fear. And embrace boldness and be open to new experiences and beware of prejudice because it can hinder your progress. Okay. So they're shaking some things up when it comes to your perception and how things are going. And when I get the King of Pentacles reversed, it really does put a highlight on the finances. Okay. For entertainment purposes only. So then I said, what's, can I get a clarifier card on that? Okay. I got the Magician reversed. Hold on a moment, is what they said when I picked this card. There is a lack of magic in your job and elsewhere in your life. Okay. A decline in ambition or self-confidence could be holding you back. It's possible you've been struggling and it just kind of run out of steam. Alternative, you could be allowing someone with questionable abilities to exert too much influence over your life. The Magician reverse, it suggests that you've given up on something. You're maybe shirking responsibilities or abandoning goals because you doubt your proficiency in making them a reality. So if you're lacking physical energy, if you're lacking those material resources, because I got that reverse King of Pentacles energy, it can lead to apathy. So shaking off this kind of slump that I'm feeling can be tough, but it's essential to take stock of your best qualities. Okay, Aaron, and find ways to improve your situation. Remember that you are a co-creator of your universe, and no matter what your current circumstances are, you have the power to turn them around if you embrace your abilities with creativity and not with fear, because you got a lot of them. Okay. So I asked what guides can kind of step in and help you through this. And I'm traveling around Washington State. Okay, awesome. Okay. I stopped making jerky because I wasn't feeling well. Okay, so that's kind of the block that I'm seeing. Kind of look at the way that you do your business in a way that it doesn't affect your health as much, is what they're saying. Setting boundaries with yourself and your business so that they don't get in the way of your health. Okay, I got two guides for you. Remember, I got that past life key to energy. That's the South Node. The situation involves your past life memories. Okay, so you're working through some stuff. You're learning to set better boundaries with people, especially in when it comes to your work, so that you don't experience burnout. Then I got Kuan Yin. You need to practice a little more compassion with yourself. Kuan Yin is amazing. To release judgments about yourself and others and focus on love and light that is within everyone. So just kind of lightening that load with a little bit of compassion. I'm so glad that you felt the need to slow down. That's great. And take care of your health. Um, and we're coming from that place of peace, Aaron, it's going to help you make better decisions about the financial future of your company and how you want to move forward and protect your health moving forward with this as well. Because I'm getting that you do have a tendency to burn out because you're very dedicated to what you do. I did pick an affirmation card for you to take with you into the week. I got I am learning. You see all the beautiful fish there? Much can be learned from everyone and everything, even the nets that try to snare us. I breathe in the wisdom that the flow of nature is offering me. I am filled with the desire to learn all I can about life and my place in it, and I breathe out ignorance. That's that reverse magician energy. You're doing a lot of edits right now when it comes to business, when it comes to the way that you assert yourself. And they are very welcome right now because we have a lot of planets going through Gandanta. So, especially tomorrow under the full moon, make a list of what you would like to see changed that is going to benefit your health, your business, and your overall well-being moving forward. Ask your guides to step in and help, but know that a lot of the issues that they see you working on is your skill and the way that you handle the material side of your business. Okay, I was down for a week. I stopped everything to take time to get better. That's awesome. Okay. Um, they're honoring that reflection and that self-compassion that you're spending with yourself, but those are the areas that they want you to focus on is the monetary aspects and the types of skills that you bring to the career. Okay. The main thing I just got is stop doing other people's homework. When you take someone out, especially on a trip or an excursion, they need to have the right idea of what's happening. That's that reversed magician energy. Yeah, you need to kind of reformat the practical side of the business. That's why I got pentacles. Okay. And you can use your creativity to do that. And that way we can get that magician and that king of pentacles right up again. Okay. I make everyone's emergency mine. Okay, well, there you go. That's why I got those two cards reversed. Okay, so they're telling you not to do that because what you're doing is you're taking away the experience for them to learn something. You don't want them to struggle because you already know how to do it, but then you take away their ability to learn from that experience. Yeah, that's the main energy I'm getting, and I'm glad that that was helpful. So I know that Cleo has more for you, and I'm sending you lots of love, Aaron, and have fun in Washington.
Well, Aaron, that's interesting. I'm in Washington too. I'm in Seattle. And right now we're getting ready for a bunch of storms and a lot of cold snap and stuff that we're really not all that used to around here, but it happens. So with the being sick and stuff, I feel that you were just you were trying to take time for yourself to heal, but the whole time you were also in the back of your mind very worried about I should be up and doing something. I should be up and creating an income, and because we all need an income. And so, when you do that, you will tend to, even though you've taken the time off, if you're worried about stuff the whole time, it makes it harder to heal. So if you're having those kind of issues going on where you're feeling kind of anxious, like, I wish I'd hurry up and get over this because I got things to do. You're 3 hours away from Seattle. So you need to not focus on that, not focus on when you're focusing on yourself. Oh, good, you had some money saved, but I know how you guys are. You see your savings dwindle and you're like, I got to get back to work. When is this crap going to go away, and when am I going to feel better and I can get back to work? And you can, but don't, and as long as you're taking that time off, take full advantage of it. And don't worry about stuff, and just know, of course, you're going to get better. And it just does take time. But if you worry about it, it will take longer than it defeats your purpose. You're taking time for yourself, but then again, you're worried about stuff. But I'm fortunately you had a little bit of money saved so that you'll be okay. And I see you healing, fully healing, hopefully, um, very soon. I mean, it was good that you took the time off, and your whatever your business is or whatever your job is, however you create your income, you're that's going to keep happening, and it'll get better and better. But for right now, it's good that you took the time off. And yeah, you had a rough time of it. I'm sorry to hear that. You really didn't have much choice but to take the time off. Yeah, well, it worked. It worked, Aaron. The praying and the positive talk to yourself, boy, we can all learn from that. It's always a good thing to be telling yourself, hey, I'm down right now, but I'm not out. And it's going to get better, and I'm going to, keep moving on. So good for you. That was the perfect thing to do. So that's kind of where I'm at with this. I see a very positive outcome, and it was very smart of you to focus on prayer and self-positive talk. That's perfect. I love that. Self-positive talk. We could all benefit from that. So good luck to you, and I'm sure you're going to be fine soon. And in the meantime, enjoy it up here in Washington State. I mean, this is a beautiful area. It's getting a little chilly. I guess we're going to have some snow and some ice and some wind, and there's been a lot of storms, a lot of power outages and things like that. But this is really a beautiful area. It's God's country up here in Washington State. So good luck to you. Okay, you work at a casino as a trainer, and then you have okay.
Aaron, are you native? I mean, you don't have to tell me, but that's awesome. That would actually make a lot of sense. My
Yeah,
husband works a lot with native tribes, the Duwamish and others, and yeah, that's great.
and they've got the casinos. I mean,
Yeah, that's why I asked, like, 'cause it's the hunting and the casinos. I'm just like, that sounds native. Yeah, rolled in
it
Yakima.
sure is.
Okay, that's the
It
3
sure does.
hours. I got Yakima. That's great. Very
Oh, okay.
cool. That's a great tribe. Wonderful. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, I actually have a lot of Pacific Northwest gifts from various tribes in the area in our house. It's just beautiful. So that's
Wow.
wonderful. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining us, Aaron. We hope that was helpful. And yeah, have fun in Washington. I'm in the Seattle area as well, so we're all kind of
Oh,
hearing.
you are.
I am. I am. I'm on the
Oh,
other side. So yeah, I'm in the tech side of the Seattle area. So
the east side.
yes, yes,
Okay.
that's yep. So that's where I'm at. We're just over the bridge from each other. So
Wow,
all
I didn't
right.
have no idea.
Okay, Legends in Topanish. Very cool. Very cool. And then very much needed. Thank you, ladies. Well, you're so welcome, Erin. And we really appreciate the energy transfer. And we hope that you're able to really figure out best steps forward. It sounds like you're doing all the right things. So, oh, and KK's in Washington too. Very cool. And Melissa's from Northern Ireland. Awesome. It's a little late there. This wow. Thank you for joining us at this time. That's amazing. Whenever Jackie joins us, I'm just like, Jackie, go to sleep. There's more than one of her, so she's okay. All right. And welcome, KK. Looks like she's new on your channel, Cleo's. Let's see. All right. So, and Rachel, I did get your question as well, so I'm excited. All right. So our next question is Alejandria. So let me find your question, Alejandria. Let's see. There you are. I see you. Hola, I would love a reading. I'm going to be going to an audition for a possibility to study for a master's degree in acting. I really need some guidance. Wow. Okay. Well, that explains a lot. Okay. So, um, I got some interesting cards for you. I got some yeses, I got some nos. Okay. And just to let you know, Alexandra, it's you are at 125.05. Okay. So 125 is your timestamp. I went to my cards because I wanted to kind of get an overall like view of how the planets are involved. I got Neptune, so there's a lot of idealization around this. You need to see this from a more practical perspective. Okay. And then I got Libra and Taurus. Now, Libra is all about the arts. It's also about relationships. And Taurus is all about that second house energy, our bank accounts. So they're asking you to really evaluate your relationships at this time and the practicality that you're using in your resources to maintain your lifestyle. Okay. Those are the two areas they're having you focus on. I know that you're excited about this master's degree in acting, but there is an idealization around that that's going on that you need to kind of ground yourself in reality a little more regarding this. So I asked, what's the block? I got Two of Hearts reversed. This is the same as the Two of Cups reversed. There's a partnership or a relationship that is going to get in the way of this. Okay. I don't know if you're currently in a relationship and you're going to be moving away from this person or partnership, but that's the disconnect that I'm seeing. It could also be your overall reaction and the way that you go about addressing partnerships. There's an imbalance there. Okay. So I asked what the imbalance was. And I got two opposing cards. Okay. So I'm going to do the good news card first because it came out first. I got the World. You've done well. You're set to graduate. Let's see if you've got any comments here. Okay, just a heart. Okay. So basically, your promises will be kept. Your deepest desires can be fulfilled. A major milestone can be reached through this process, and you can achieve some understanding towards your physical, mental, spiritual nature of your efforts around this project. And improvement is possible. Okay. Um, they're saying as you go through this process to respect cultural differences and don't sacrifice or sublimate your own because you tend to do that a little bit, they're showing me. Okay, so the world is opening up to you. This is good. You're really you're focused on the idealization of that, and that's great. Um, but there needs to be some work. And so then I asked, where is that? What needs to happen? I got the Nine of Gems reversed. Now, when I get this, this is my codependency card. Okay. This is the same as the Nine of Pentacles reversed. This is my independent woman and she's upside down. Okay. Independence is an important issue for you right now. This could be a love interest. This could be a business partnership. There's, how do I say this? There's a disconnect regarding your independence and another person in your life that can keep you from going out into the world and making things happen for yourself. Okay. And there needs to be some balance in this area. Either you need to, they're saying, find ways to make the relationship work and stable before you enter into this new phase. And or you need to, how do I say this? Be more independent, free, and self-reliant as you need to be. Okay. They're saying let nature be your guide because you have a connection with nature and take care of your health. They're saying get out in the country, go on walks in nature. Too much time home is it's causing you to kind of make bad decisions. They're also saying that it can kind of keep you stuck. I know I made a lot of waistlines increase during COVID, so it's important for us to get out and exercise and take care of our bodies. But they're saying that you or your love interest may be feeling a little too independent to make things work out right now. This could also be a business partnership. There's just a disconnect there. It's going to keep you from opening up this new chapter that I'm seeing. All right. I did get the Goddess of Compassion For your affirmation for the week, I blend my intuition and logic to guide my decisions. We're all working on this. I'm in a relationship. When we argue, he said a lot of bad things about my deepest dreams. Well, that's what I'm picking up on. Okay. Currently, I'm trying to give me the chance to dream again. It's true. I feel stuck. Okay. Well, thank you for that affirmation. Don't let that person keep you from exploring the world and extend your potential. Okay, because they came through really strongly. When I get the codependency card, and we've all been there as empaths, it's asking you to step into your own light. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read this for you and then kind of tap in a little more. I blend intuition and logic to guide my decisions. Use this gift when you're having trouble making a decision. Usually relying completely on logic or intuition will not produce the most beneficial decision. Assemble the facts and then review them as you ask the small voice of your intuition to guide you through the feelings and hunches. If you're still not sure, it may not be the best to decide yet. When powerful, empathic, spiritual people are headed into, how do I say this, their world events, you're headed out into the world, there are going to be people that try to hold you back out of fear or out of their own necessity for your emotional and physical and mental contributions into the relationship. It is not your job to hold their well-being in your hands. It's their job to hold their well-being in your hands. So, okay, they're showing me, this is very interesting. They're saying, hold this person gently. I believe that Sherry from Voices of the Swamp has a really good short on this. She pulled an affirmation card earlier this week. I think it was on the 9th, where she said, hold people gently, like treat this person like you would a butterfly. Don't enclose them. Don't crush them. Just let them sit and lay. And when it's ready for them to fly, let them go. But don't try to encapsulate them, and don't let them try to encapsulate you, because that's very unhealthy. We have to hold people lightly in our lives. Okay. And thank you for that, Sherry. That just popped in. So, yeah, put you first. The world is your oyster, and don't let that relationship hold you back, but be compassionate with them as you make the best decisions for you. Okay. I hope that was helpful, Allie. And I know that Cleo has more for you. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, as far as your relationship goes, and that person is sort of not being too supportive about your desires to go into acting, they think they're doing this to really be helpful. That they know, because really saying, I want to be an actor, or they're just like, a lot of people want to do that. That's just a one in a million thing. It's very difficult to get into. It's just, you take a lot of rejection. And so they might bring up all that kind of stuff. On the other hand, if you really, to say that you want to get a master's degree in acting, to me, that the height of ambition for what you want to be doing. So, and when you have that kind of training behind you, that does give you a step up above all the rest that all these other people that are out there. I'm sure there's a lot of people that want to do that kind of thing, and I totally understand what the boyfriend is saying. That I think he's a boyfriend. Anyway, your friend, your relationship, that they're thinking that they're giving you good advice, and don't let that turn into arguments and discourse within your relationship just because you have a different idea than they do about what you want to do. On the other hand, if you really want to do something like that, don't worry about what other people say. Because this could lead to a whole bunch of different things. It's a really broad area that you're getting into. You may end up being a journalist, or, instead of an actual actor. But if you're somebody that wants to be on stage, that wants the limelight, and you feel you can do that, I say go for it, because it'll do a lot of good. It just broadens you within yourself. You just become a different kind of person just by working with that kind of thing. I see you doing it. I see this happening for you, that you'd actually do try to do this course. I'm wondering if there's financial problems with if you need a grant or some kind of student loan or something. And if you do need a student loan, make sure you look into all the areas of this type of training, because it could get really expensive and you got to pay for it, and you might be discouraged that you don't get an acting job right away. Um, so think about that kind of thing too, of just how much do you want to extend yourself, how much are you willing to put out there for something like this. On the other hand, I do feel you are creative, talented, and that you would do good at it if you get an opportunity to do that. You might, your relationship might not last, but then if it doesn't, it never was meant to anyway. I see you meeting all kinds of new people, not necessarily in a relationship, but new people that they are supportive. They've been there or they're doing that, and they know what you're feeling. So maybe you need to be more with like-minded people to really get a handle on what it takes to do this kind of thing. It's a lot of work, and there's a lot of rejection involved and stuff. So it doesn't help to have somebody that you're with kind of saying, don't do this. It's just, it's a go nowhere thing, because that's not true. I feel you have talent within you that you'd be good at this. So good luck to you.
Oh, wonderful. And thank you for joining us, Allie. That was a lot. And thank you for confirming that we were on the right track there. So, and yes, I will need financial assistance. Really meant to do. I'm trusting myself, really doing it with love. I just want to feel, yes, that you did it yourself. That's great. Not thinking
Yeah,
about the outcome. Okay. All
you
right.
can
You
do
do
that.
you. You can.
I
Well,
see
thank
a
you.
successful outcome, Allie. So,
I
hey,
did
go for
too.
it.
The world card's a great card, Allie. I mean, I'm glad I got a good one for you in that case. It's just that codependency that is not healthy. And we all go through that, especially if we're doing that. And if you want, Sherry, this is her page. She has a short, I believe she did it on January 9th. But it was about holding people gently. It's really good advice. I love watching her shorts. I highly recommend people subscribe to her channel as well. She's a wonderful reader. I'm going to have her on later this month. I'm excited.
I do a
All
lot of
right.
different shows. I do a lot of different shows with Sherry, and she's great.
She is. She is. And Rachel says, Alimar, I'm a singer. You go, girl. So you're getting lots of love. And Melissa, have a great night. Thank you for joining us, honey. Take care. And yes, and she goes, master's degree in acting sounds awesome. So you're getting a lot of support. All right. That's wonderful. And speaking of Miss Rachel, you're next. So I'm excited to do your reading next. So I'd love some cards for an audition. Speaking of auditions, having trouble deciding which pieces to go with. I'm going between jazz and music theater, my opera stuff, etc. It is a lot. Okay. Whew. Well, it's up to you. That's the main energy I got from my cards is you get to choose. But I got that there's a little bit imbalance going on. Okay, so I'm going to address that first. I asked my karma cards where the main issue I need to focus on is. I got 12th house stuff. So this is hidden things. Your Rahu's in your 12th house right now, so he could be causing illusions from your moon. So it's important to kind of navigate through this period without anxiety or overthinking it, is what they're showing me. All right. So I said, all right, so where and what advice can I give Rachel that would help her kind of through this? And I get that this is kind of an emotional block that I'm seeing because I got the Knight of Cups reversed. Okay, Prince of Cups reversed. This is also the Prince of Hearts from the Amy Zerner and Monte Farber Tarot. So they're saying don't lose your sense of direction when you're making your selection. They're showing that it's like you're spending too much time with kind of aimless activities that are taking the focus off of the picking the right material. Is there a person in your life that it has an addictive behavior? You don't have to tell me for entertainment purposes only. But they're kind of showing someone in and above around your environment. Yeah, I am picking up on the anxiety, Rachel, but it's like it could be drinking, it could be drug use, it could be promiscuity. They're showing me that this type of energy is around you. Yeah. So anyways, what they're saying is you might be hesitant to explore things at this time, especially with, they're saying they're kind of hedonistic. All right, let me see here. Oh, you're the only one who doesn't drink. Okay, that's okay. That's a dream I had the other day. Okay, that's all right. That's what's going on. Don't rely on their advice because they're not really thinking clearly. Okay, they're gonna have some things to say about what songs you should pick or how you should be doing things. Reflect on the discomfort that's stemming from their advice because their concerns are superficial. They're not really able to get into those deeper issues because they're leading this hedonistic lifestyle. Okay. And they're saying if you feel a little lost and lonely when you're out with the group, just be mindful of the potential pitfalls of addiction because there's a very specific person in the group that's already addicted and it's not good. Okay. And they're encouraging others to share in the addiction with them, and it's very unhealthy. So, okay. Just beware of that when you're out on the trip. Okay. I know that you already are. The second card I got as a potential block is the Queen of Cups reversed. Do not absorb the other's negativity in the group. Okay. You do have that empathic heart, but when I get this upside down, it emphasizes the importance of developing a stronger emotional shield to protect yourself from those who are taking advantage of your compassionate nature. Okay. Your intuition is divinely inspired, but it must be used to empower others rather than enabling them because we have these personalities in and around the group that are not making good decisions. Okay. If you don't resonate with this kind of like this very unfocused, confused trait that is surrounding this energy, guard against their codependency, their enabling behaviors, and try to understand their perspective by creating some, how do I say this? Actively living your life that's separate from their imagined life. Okay. Don't enable their bad habits, is what they're saying. They're showing me that this person's also very needy. Okay. Now you asked about what songs to pick, and they're showing me these people in your environment that you just need to set some boundaries with because that's going to help you make better decisions as far as like how you're going about with your career. Okay. They're also saying resist the temptation to kind of play the victim in this because you're choosing to kind of stay out of this. It can lead to feeling a little vulnerable, but just avoid taking on other people's problems. I did this in college. They all called me mom because I was the one who wasn't drinking. Don't be the one that's up at 3 a.m. holding their hair back because they couldn't control themselves. Get a good night's rest. Okay. That's literally what they just showed me. Let's see what you're saying here. Oh, okay. So you're okay. Well, thank you for the confirmation. We're not, it's for entertainment purposes only. We're not naming any names. Okay. If you need to talk things out, seek a support from like trusted friend or a professional therapist when it comes to dealing with these addictive personalities, because that's the thing that's in the way. Okay. Been there, done that. I went to college and I dealt with a lot of that. So you have a lot of guides that are going to help you step forward with picking your peace and getting that good night's sleep and protecting and shielding your environment. Okay. Diana is there to help you with focused intention. Keep your unwavering thoughts, feelings, and actions focused on your target and you will make your mark. Okay. This needs to be your decision. Take on that kind of Queen of Swords energy and just go for it. Okay. You might in a couple of days when we go through the Jupiter-Mars alignment, that Mars is going to be aspecting Jupiter in Aries, Mars in Sagittarius. That's a really fiery energy. That's some good energy in your chart that can provide you with kind of that eureka moment. Okay. But it needs to be yours, and avoid hanging out with the people too late at night and getting that sleep and all those things. I got delegating. I got Green Terra as another potential guide to help you through this. Ask others, including me, that's Green Terra, to help you instead of trying to do everything yourself. Okay. I kind of got the mom vibe when you go out with the group. Okay. So ask them to delegate their own business. They're adults. They know how to get their stuff together. Okay. And then your household situation is improving. I know that you needed to hear this. I got Vesta. She's helping you with this. Okay. Your household situation is improving either through a move or a healthy change in the occupants. Okay. So you are making positive moves forward. You have Green Terra, you have Vesta to help you with this kind of transition. You also have Diana to help you with that focused intention. You got a lot of help. So this is who you're stepping into in a more grounded, shielded way. I'm glad you have a great coach. That's awesome. Focus on that. All right. Goddess of compassion. I use my fears. That's the anxiety you're feeling. Okay, Rachel? I use my fears as signs that guide and protect me. Use this gift when your fears prevent you from acting out in your best interests. Our fears exist to help us keep us safe from harm and from repeating mistakes we have made. If we seek to understand why we are afraid, we can make our fears our friend and helper, not our master. It's important to avoid fearing success and the many changes it will bring. This tells me you're headed into success. Okay, so don't be anxious about it. Then I got Goddess of Healing. I am free of pain and suffering. Use this gift to remember who you really are. Breathe slowly and deeply as you remember you are a soul moving onward and upward. You are not your name. You are not what you do. You are not your body. Visualize beautiful birds removing your pain and suffering with their golden beaks and flying away and dropping them all in a vast ocean. When you're feeling the anxiety, when you're feeling the isolation, when you're feeling like you don't belong or that you are, then just allow that healing to take place. I saw everyone yesterday. I felt held by the new group. It was very nice. Good. Okay. That's the kind of people you need in the environment. But if they step into those more hedonistic behaviors, set those boundaries and, go where you're treated best. Okay. I hope that was helpful. You've got this. You already know the decision. Just don't allow the other people to influence you because they're not making good decisions for themselves. Okay. I hope that was helpful. I know Cleo has more for you. I'm excited to see what she's got.
Well, Rachel, the anxiety is from you thinking that you're not good enough. And you absolutely are good enough, but it's musicians and entertainers, and they all think they're not good enough because there's always room to grow. And I mean, that's really a good thing. But let go of that anxiety as far as what kind of piece you need to be doing at your audition. It depends on what the audition's all about. Now, the first thing I got that I think you should do is the jazz. Go with the jazz thing. But if it's some kind of musical theater or something, then maybe not. Maybe go with that. It's up to you. It feels like you're just really good at this. You're good at singing. You're good at the jazz, music theater, the opera, the whole thing. And and I would also think about who are the people at the audition. I mean, what are they looking for? So since you're good at all these things, you might just kind of focus on what do they want to hear from me? Because by the way, you're going to get this audition if you want it. I just got that. You're going to get this audition if you want it. You're good at this. And as far, I don't know if the one piece is going to make or break it, because that's not what they're going to be listening for. They're listening to your voice, how you use your voice. And you do well at jazz. And I mean, not everybody, I mean, there's some people that try to do jazz that, sorry, they're just not that good at it. You're really good at it. And I'm feeling that that's what you might want to do. But like I said, check out what you feel that they're looking for, because it's an audition. You're trying to get a gig for something, and yeah, they want a unicorn. Let's see. Yeah, you see, you really, really want this, and that's the other thing that's making you anxious. This is yours. This is yours. You've got this. So calm down, get rid of the anxiety, because you're right. I mean, if you have anxiety and you're trying to sing, that will restrict your vocal cords, and you'll still do well, but you can do much better if you just have complete confidence. You're doing very well. I don't know how long you've been doing this kind of thing, but you do good at it. So you need to just, the anxiety could interfere a little bit. On the other hand, use that anxiety, because it's something you really want. So use that, put that into your performance, and you're gonna do fine, Rachel. You're gonna do fine. You do know underneath it all that you're pretty darn good. But there's always room to grow, and all musicians and entertainers, they're never good enough. So but just let go of that for this audition, and like I said, maybe kind of focus on what you think they might be looking for. On the other hand, what they're looking for is a good strong voice, a good strong performance, and you can do that. You're going to do fine. There you go.
Thank you, Cleo. We hope that was helpful, Rachel. Thank you so much for joining us, and best of luck with your audition. That's awesome. I'm glad that Cleo got some good cards for you. Thanks. Okay, or good input for you. All right. It feels like cards when it comes out of Cleo, doesn't it? She's just channeling it. It's fabulous. I love to see it. Okay, so our last tipper is Miss Kathy. All right, Miss Kathy. And then we're going to go for a real quick lightning round. Are we okay with lightning round? It's just one card per person, and we have, I think, 16. Are we okay? Actually, 15 with that, Cleo, on time.
We're getting a lot. Wow, we're almost.
We're getting up to 2 hours. Yeah, I just saw the time.
Yeah,
It flies.
I'd kind of like to limit it at right around 2 hours, but let's see what we
Okay.
can do in the next 10 minutes or so. And
Okay. And a lot of the people don't tend to stay, so it might be less. So yes, that's from the 90s. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do Miss Kathy. All right. There she is. Hi, looking to buy a house. Do you see when the house will come up? I've been looking for 2 years. Okay. So, Miss Kathy, the first thing that came up for me was that you have really weathered the storm when it comes to looking for a house. Okay, I've got the 6 of Swords upright. You're emerging from a really challenging and demanding period. You're ready to leave behind what you've been through. That's good, because this is all about moving on to better things. Okay, the calmness, the contentment, the happiness that you seek are within reach. Okay, so that's important for you to know. A change in direction will offer you a fresh perspective in life. And it's exciting to know that this improvement is coming for you. Okay, so you've made it through the passage, you've navigated this transition, and you're now equipped with a new, renewed mindset. That they put you through this so that they could change your mindset of what a home really looks like. Okay. They're saying travel plans are on the horizon, and it can help you gain a broader outlook of the ongoing changes in your life. So embrace these challenges ahead, because they're going to offer rich and exciting rewards for you. Don't be afraid of these tests or challenges. You've been preparing for them in the most recent months. They're saying that you've grown stronger and more decisive than you'd like to realize. So approach the challenges with enthusiasm and joy. I asked for some more clarification about timing. I got Aries. This represents spring. Okay. April, May time. All right. But there is some work that you need to do before making this fresh start. Okay, Kathy. And just as her marker was at 152. All right. This is what you need to do before stepping into looking to buy a home. You need to come from a balanced place. All right. When I picked this up, I heard I heard full moon in Libra when I picked this up. Okay. I am balanced. Everything in moderation, nothing in excess. This is the way to live a life of high quality and meaning. I breathe in the perfection of the earth, the water, and the sky. I am filled with nature's grand design. I breathe out my self-destructive tendencies. You were a little too impulsive when it came to the home buying before. They're asking you to step into a more calm perspective moving forward. That's why you had to go through some of those challenges. Okay, because they were trying to change your mindset in a way that would better free this up. Okay. This is how you can help yourself move through this energy. Goddess of compassion. I shuffled thoroughly and I got it for you too. I use my fears, that's the anxiety I'm picking up around this, as signs that guide and protect me. A lot of us have been through some tumultuous stuff, especially with the last eclipse season. So the last few months have been enlightening, and they've revealed a lot of stuff for us in different areas of our lives. So use this gift when you feel that your fears prevent you from acting out in your best interests. Our fears exist to help us feel safe from harm and from repeating mistakes that we've made. Again, I get that self-destructive tendency in the last card. So think about like what you need to let go of in order to make the best decision for your home and your situation moving forward. If we seek to understand why we are afraid, we can make our fears our friend and our helper, not our master. It's important to avoid fearing success and the many changes it will bring. Okay. So yes, thank you, Fun Boy. All right. So that is the overall energy that I see for you moving forward. This is the main. I went to my wild goddess because it said, pick me up, pick me up. I got Sybil. Think twice before sharing what you know with anyone except for those you know without question or ready to hear it. That's why I see the self-destructive tendencies, the getting out of your own way is what they're showing me. There also might be some people in the environment that you are taking advice from that aren't giving you the best advice. You do have an inner sage that you can tap into that can help you with this process, but you have to come from a calm, centered approach and not one from anxiety, because that can lead to self-destructive behaviors. All of us fall into that category. Okay. I went to my self-care cards for entertainment purposes only. Avert your eyes if you have children. I got that you need to have more sex. Loosen up. If you don't have a partner, have a good orgasm. Okay. That can help you kind of clear the pipes and think a little clearer. I'm serious. So I'm not shy when it comes to this stuff. It can help you release that chakra a little bit and provide you and open up that pleasure center, because home is where we go to feel safe and to feel happy. Okay. I hope that helps, Kathy, and I know Cleo has more for you. Thank you for joining us.
Well, Kathy, this is such a goofy market for houses right now. I mean, the interest rates are just beginning to come down, but I keep thinking about this house down the street from me that the guy was flipping houses and he puts a bunch of money into this house and then they put it on the market for an astronomical amount of money. I'm like, please, I am having a really tough time adjusting to the new prices, but the prices are going to start coming down and the interest rates are going to start coming down. So don't rush yourself. As a matter of fact, I see you finding what you're looking for, but you're looking at it thinking, do I really want to spend this much on it? And will it be gone if I don't buy it right now? Don't be pressured that way. I have a feeling you're going to run across something that if you hold back, or maybe if you can just wheel and deal with these people to bring the price down, whatever it is, you're going to find it probably within by the spring or early summer, and it is overpriced right now. But I think you can get the price down, and if you just hold out. Now you might hold out and then you lose out on that deal, and somebody else comes in and sweeps it up, because apparently that's kind of the one thing that's been happening with the housing market is people are willing to pay an astronomical amount of money for something that would have been half that much a few years ago. So um, you'll just have to feel it out. But yes, there is something coming your way that you look at thinking, finally, I'm finding something that I'd like to spend some time in this house. I feel good about this house, but it is overpriced. And so you have to think about that, and with the interest rates and what kind of a good interest rate can you get. And if you wait a little bit, those interest rates will come down. But that's what I get on this, Kathy. I think you're going to find what you're looking for. Don't overextend. Don't say to yourself, I can make these payments if I do this and this and this. No, keep a budget in mind when you're buying a house, because takes a long time to pay off a house.
It really does. And for entertainment purposes only, a lot of Vedic and Western astrologers think that another crash is coming. So like sooner than later. So we're thinking end of 2024 into 2025 for entertainment purposes only. So
Right, and
basically,
you might find this house, like I said, in spring or early summer, but
mhm.
you might have to wait a while. just what she's referring to, that the economy changes. And so, yeah, keep that in mind. So it might not come right away. Be patient and don't overextend. But what you're looking for is out there, and you're going to find it.
Great. Oh, we hope that was helpful, Kathy. We have one more tipper and then we're gonna go because it's like it's already 6 o'clock, so we're just gonna hit this one tipper. Uh and please come back. Questions are closed, guys. Come back for lightning round. And yes, they're yeah. Okay. So Katie K. Hi, can you please see if Jordan posted his recent song on TikTok on purpose, or was it simply sharing a song? Maybe I'm overthinking. Okay, that is third party. So I'm just going to get the energy around you. Okay, Miss Katie? Um, yes, we are in a cycle. They're really great chatters, you guys. We are in a cycle that needs to be balanced out soon, for sure, for sure. And then Kathy says, thank you both. Our interest rates are low and I can transfer them. I'm frugal with my money from Canada. Oh, good. Thank you so much. That's great. Well, I know that real estate is crazy in Canada right now too. So just be aware or beware. Okay, that's what I just got. Okay, so Katie K. All right. So this is third party. So I'm just tapped into their overall energy. You broke up and we're sort of connected. Okay. I got the fourth. Let me just go ahead and go to my, so you can see the cards here. I got the fourth and the ninth house. That represents mom and dad when it comes to astrology. Okay. So there is some kind of parental influence involved with this. Okay. It could be a childhood thing that made them post it, or it could be a direct connection to the parents. But I got that there's something regarding the parents involved in this. Okay. Um, so, okay. All right. So the main thing that I got was that this is the card that you can move forward in the situation, because I'm getting a lot of, I'm just going to say it. You are enchanted. I am enchanted. Enlightened, or I am enlightened. Excuse me, I am enlightened. Another E. Enlightenment comes from understanding the dualities of life. We are each but a speck in this universe, and yet to each of us at its center. I bring in the worlds beyond my world. I am filled with the power that animates the planets. I breathe out all limits. Stop seeing this in a limited context. The muses literally came through him. Okay, so this was an enlightenment thing, all right? And it came from something from the childhood involving the mother and the father. Okay, that's what I got. It's beautiful. Now, I did ask for a little bit more, and I got a really good card for you. Okay, Katie, I got fulfillment. This is the Nine of Cups, the Nine of Hearts in the Zerner Farber Tarot. It holds magic and significance. Okay. Not only will your current wish be granted, but it's likely to be fulfilled in a joyful manner. So brace yourself for the arrival of some amazing gifts that you've been longing for, good health, some material or spiritual success, or even a great relationship coming your way. These desires have been delayed. Their realization at this time can bring greater satisfaction for you. I love getting the wish card. So when you're making a specific wish for your life, be very precise in your wording. They're saying keep an open mind, because your wish can, how do I say this? It can manifest in unexpected ways. Okay. The true impact in your life is not going to be immediately evident, but you'll discover in due time and rejoice in it, is what they're saying. So embrace and cherish some good fortune that's surrounding you right now. And enjoy the fulfillment of a wish that's coming your way. So that's the energy I got around you. Regardless of why Jordan put the post up or not, it's not really, it's more along the muses were going through this person, and it's helping them release something from their childhood. It's something to do with the mother or the father. Okay, that's the main thing that I got. I have many wishes. Okay. Well, they just said if wishes were fishes, every man would eat. So pick one, focus on it, focus your intention, and it can come true because you got some good luck coming your way. Okay, Katie K. I hope that was helpful. I know Cleo has more for you.
Yeah, don't worry about Jordan. Don't worry. So what if he put the song up, and it's your song, and you like the credit for it, but he doesn't own that song. It's your song. You put that. Why don't you put the song up on TikTok? you know, I don't know what's going on there with Jordan,
Yeah.
but you're letting that interfere in your own creative process. And it's a bummer when people break up, and that doesn't make you feel good, and that doesn't make you feel open to things. And trying to find something like that on TikTok might not be that easy. And if there's not a name for it, how do you find it? But even if you found it, it would be kind of nice to know, like, how did people respond to that, knowing that it's your song, and it would be tempting to say, oh, by the way, nice song, Jordan, except it's mine. Um, you know, but on the other hand, let that go. You feel like, if it's a good enough song to him to put it up there, you write good songs. So just keep writing songs and doing your own thing, and don't let Jordan interfere with your process. He dedicated the song to you, but it's your song. What the hell? Good thing you did. I mean, yeah, here I'm dedicating this to Katie. Oh, by the way, did he happen to say, by the way, she wrote it? No, he probably didn't say that. I don't know. I don't know, but you know, um, I just
Katie, did
feel,
Katie, did you write it or were you the muse? Can you be clear with us? Were you the muse or did you write it?
yeah, were you just the focus of that song, or did you write the song? We're waiting.
The muse. That's
Oh,
what I
oh, you
got.
were,
I
you
got
were
that
the
she was the
object,
muse.
the
Okay.
object of the song.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All
Yeah.
right. Well, then I guess you wouldn't be putting your own song out there.
Okay.
Yeah,
There's the
I
emotional
think
attachment.
I think he did put a song up on TikTok, but um, yeah,
Okay.
I think he probably did.
And you can tell everybody that this is your song.
That's
All
right.
right? If it's bothering you, just say it in the comments. Be like, "Oh, I love making this song. This was so beautiful because I got that you were the muse." That's what they just told me, that you brought this out of him, that the muses were able to like get this to him because of your energy. So that's what they told me. So,
But I'm kind of
yeah.
feeling like you're kind of hoping maybe you guys would get back together, and I don't know if it's
No.
no, yeah, it's not that important to get back together with him.
No. His
But
yeah, no.
when somebody does something like that, writes a song for you and then plays it for you, and you even have a video of it, I mean, yeah, that touches your heart. Um, but it feels to me like it's just kind of time to move on and not worry so much about what he's doing.
Yes. That's what I got. Yes, and don't over idealize the situation, Katie K. You tend to do that because you're full of wishes, okay? That's beautiful, but you gotta keep those wishes to a good degree, okay? You gotta one at a time. He's not gonna I got 10 of Pentacles, basically 10 of Pentacles reversed, 10 of Gems reversed, and I got that he's not ready for this mentally. Okay? He's mentally not in a good headspace for a relationship with anyone right now. Okay? So,
Typical
but you
musician.
yeah. So what's important is that you focus on what you want out of life. Remember, we got that wish card, Katie? Okay. The world is your oyster. All right. When I get that beautiful 9 of Cups upright, that tells me that you have a lot of wishes and you can just move in another direction with those. Okay. And do realize that you were the muse that that started that. Okay, you inspired that. So take that with you into your
Yeah,
next journey. Like, I'm a muse. This is fantastic. I get around people and they write songs and create art and do all these wonderful things.
all about you. That's cool.
Yeah. So that's wonderful. And fun boy, I do sing. I don't know if you picked up on that. And I'm a mantra practice person. So that's interesting. Yeah. And then, oh, Rose Blue is back. Very cool. Nice to see you. So we're going to go ahead and close off, guys, because it's been 2 hours and 11 minutes and 2 hours and 9 minutes, and we've been here for a while. But I really would love you to, and Miss Myrita, I have you in, we're actually leaving now. I can go ahead and pull some cards for you and send those to you via Messenger, or you can ask for it back because we've been on for over 2 hours. Okay. All right. So do you have anything coming up, Cleo, that you would like to
Oh, yes,
share?
we do. Actually, this is like but the busiest couple of weeks that I've had since I've been on here. So yes, uh, tomorrow I have a Golden Girls that we've been doing, and I am hosting, and it's the first time I've hosted a show. So that'll be interesting.
That's so exciting.
And then on Friday, I've got a polyterology, which is actually my sister, Colleen the Cool Crone. She has polyterology. That's her show. And it's her 1 year anniversary on Friday. So that should be a lot of fun. And also, my sister got me into this in the first place. That's why I end up being on a lot of her shows. But on Sunday, she's starting a brand new show called Visualize a New World. And it's all about collectively getting together and raising the vibrations and the energy that, like politics is just bringing people down. And
Yep.
then we're just gonna go. Sherry, you just interrupted my thought. And, anyway,
The enlightenment evenings. I'm part of that too. So
yeah, I'm really
yeah.
looking forward to this thing that she thought up about how getting all of these psychics together to put in to make it a better world. And I
Yeah.
really believe that that can happen. I think that this psychic community can have influence on the world just by bringing up the energy. And it's something we really need right now. So anyway, that's enough of what I'm doing, but thank you for asking.
Oh, of course. I'm participating in on that too. She very graciously sent me an invitation, and I'm really excited to connect with her and kind of add my own experience and
Oh,
modalities
good.
to the group because we have such a great community. So yeah, we're as far as my show, I'm having new people on, as well as a few old that are new again. Next week, I have Amy from Mystic Rose. She's a wonderful reader. She's based in the Oregon area. And she is just, a fantastic. She dabbles with astrology and tarot and other interesting modalities. She's very much in tune with nature and all of that. So I highly suggest you guys come next week and get to know her a little better. And then I have Sherry from Voices from the Swamp on. I have Gerald on. I'm going to have Ginger on again. It's a lot. It's going to be
Yeah.
fun. And so I'm trying to get new people on the show to kind of showcase their gifts and advertise all of their channels and kind of how do I say this? Co like it's like a co-light working environment. It's kind of like what Colleen's doing. We're doing this on each other's channels and kind of helping each other out in these areas. And so I'm inviting a lot of new people on, and I'm really excited. And I'm going to be on Marina's channel tomorrow, Heart Centered Tarot. She and I are going to be doing some readings under the new moon. So if you guys are, especially if you have a lot of shadow work that you're doing under this new moon, that would be a good time to kind of seek out new modalities and suggestions for that. And that's going to be at noon tomorrow. So
Well,
Heart
it's
Centered
good
Tarot.
because Marina is the Golden Girl. She invented the Golden Girls, and she will be on. I think we're on at 6 o'clock in the evening, Pacific
Perfect.
time.
I'll have to
So
check that. That's
yeah,
awesome. And then, yes, okay. So thank you so much. Oh, and Miss Myrita just subscribed. Thank you so much. Cleo's channel is in the chat, guys. So make sure to subscribe before leaving and
please do.
hit those like and subscribe buttons. She's also in all of her information. How you can get a reading from Cleo is Cleo the Seer is all in the description. So make sure to click on that and order a reading from her. She's fantastic, as you guys could all see on the show. And I just want to thank everybody for being here. You are awesome. Thank you
Yes,
for joining us, Cleo. It has been wonderful. It's been so much
thank
fun reading
you.
with
Thank
you.
you so much. I'm so glad to meet you, and I'm just so impressed with what you do and the chatters. You've got these chatters ask good questions. I
Me
loved
too.
working with this group over on the side tonight.
Oh,
Great.
wonderful. Well, that said, everyone subscribe to Cleo and you can get more of her. So we're sending you all lots of love and we will see you. I will see you tomorrow on Marina's channel and next week with Amy. Take care, everyone.
Bye-bye.